Hey guys, Acid P here. Welcome to my review of the Velocifire mechanical gaming keyboard. This is the VM90 UK layout. The picture shows the US layout, which is actually the one I have of an Havoc keyboard. It's a mechanical keyboard as well. It's an excellent keyboard, but the US layout is a bit annoying, and the features you see on here are majority of what you see in here, but there are a few things that I like about this keyboard compared to that one, even just not unboxing it. I haven't even unboxed it yet. So you have Kailh switches on this keyboard, which are similar to the ones you'd find on Razer keyboards. They're just Cherry MX switches, but they're just rebranded, I guess. And you have a USB port on this keyboard and a palm rest, which is magnetic, which is quite useful. This keyboard had the palm rest already on there for right-handed people, so people who type with their left hands and stuff find it much more easy to use this keyboard. For people who wanted to rest their right hand would find it a bit difficult. So let's get straight to the unboxing. The box is very professional, very heavy, as I would expect for a mechanical gaming keyboard. At the back there's a picture of the keyboard itself. Sorry if the camera's focus is a bit haywire, but it works with Windows and has these package contents, which we'll check now. Right, so I've peeled off the plastic tab, and wow, okay, it's secured in very well. Sorry about that. It's got some foam padding around the sides just to keep it secure, especially in the transit while it's coming to your door. And it's very nice to see that they've secured it down in the box very well. Let's take this out, and so you obviously get the keyboard with the plastic cover on top and without the magnetic pad rest. Take that off. My Havoc one is actually noisier than this keyboard, which is glad to see. This one's actually quieter with the same coloured switches. It's the keyboard in all its glory. Underside, you get two stands, which is great to see. You have a USB port on the right side, and the cables are braided, which wasn't on my Havoc keyboard. It's great to see. Good to see it on this one. You have two USB cables, one for the USB port and one for extra USB power. Let's put that on the side. Take the magnetic USB. I pressed, sorry. Just kind of rip that apart. And see how this clips on. I've actually used one of these before. I'm glad to see it on this one. So easy as that. It just automatically clips onto it. Without it, you'll see such a big difference. Obviously, because there's nothing there for providing support to your palms. And inside you get a key puller and some WASD keys, or up, down, left arrow, red keys, so you can use it for either of them to easily identify which keys you want to use for gaming, perhaps. And you get some manuals and a driver. The drivers I'll show you in a minute on the computer, and here are some functions which you can see here, and now that I'll show you as well. You do get a 1-year limited warranty as well. If anything were to happen, definitely contact the manufacturers. They're great with their communication, as I've experienced. And inside here, you do get £3 cashback. So if you have purchased it, contact this email, and if you have reviewed for them, they will give you £3 back. So send them proof of that. And let's get straight to connecting it to my computer. So instantly it starts off with a rainbow wave effect, and let's go through some of the effects it has. It does have anti-ghosting, so if you press multiple keys at once, it will register each key that you've pressed and not miss one. so that's an excellent feature it has. And FN is located here. If you press F and then F12, you can select of 5 profiles, of which you can set up of custom LED modes that you prefer. So that's ranging from 1 to 5 of profiles. So if you press each key and you press them again, cycles through the colors. So it's definitely useful to identify the keys that you need in most of the games that you want to play, and you don't want the rest of them lit up, which is quite excellent. And if you press F and F12, you save those settings. So if you press Fn and F12 and F2, so that's the second profile, and then you get off that, you can select each profile with Fn and F1, F2, F3, F4, F5. The next one is preset lighting effects, so that's Fn and F6 to F11. So F6 is the rainbow wave, F7 is when you press a key it will react and spell out colors, F8 is a snake sort of thing, F8 again does it faster and does that swirly effect, and F9 just spreads colours out everywhere, and F10 will pulse colours, F11 will pulse colours in a cycle. You can change the direction using Fn, left, right, up or down, and speed by doing Fn and page up or Fn and page down. And lastly, the brightness options. So if you do Fn minus, it'll decrease in brightness, and as you can see it takes forever because there's quite a lot of brightness options, which is excellent. And there are multimedia modes, so if you press Fn and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, sorry, or 6, it will help you with media controls. Gaming mode, I tried to figure out. I kind of guess it disables Windows key, but doesn't seem to be working. I'll try and figure that out. But let's go to the driver and see what that can do. To install the driver, go to velocifiretech.com, download the VM90 driver, and then install it via the var folder. Follow the instructions and it'll be on a desktop, or you can launch it straight away. So let's get to the program's functions. So you can set all the lighting effects, the brightness of the lighting effects, the light speed, the macros that you want to edit, gaming mode, Windows key lock, response time and report rate. Let's start with the lighting effects. So if you want to set it to reactive, press apply and it will react to it. If you want to set it to custom colors, you just apply it, same applies. It's very quick and instantaneous. Ignore the window sounds, I'll just mute my sound. And you can set the brightness as well manually, so it saves the hassle quite a lot. And macro management, if you want to, I'll make a new one because I was just testing it out earlier. If you want to make a new macro, you just start recording and then go into a notepad and type in I am doing the keyboard, and then what you do is you press stop recording and then it'll be called macromon, and press OK, and then you set the key that you want to run the macro. So you press enter and then you set the macro and you press save. So now when you press apply and you press enter, it will type down the macro that you've just made. So it's very quick to set up macros. Pretty much the only thing I've used that works, like such as mouse programs and keyboard programs, never had working macro stuff, or it's just really confusing. But I'm glad this works fine. I'm just gonna get rid of all my keys. So that's pretty much it for the program, and works very quickly, and I'm very impressed with that. Plug the green USB in to get USB functionality off of the keyboard. After plugging it in, this is my USB 3 USB for university. So plugging that into the back of the keyboard, it does pick it up. And here's my USB showing up from the USB port on the keyboard. It's very quick and supports USB 3, which is great. So underneath the key, it looks exactly like my Havoc keyboard, with the LED on the top of the key and the key switch underneath. So the LEDs will be underneath every single one of these keys, and they're very bright, and I do like them quite a lot. Personally, I feel like this was a step up from my previous mechanical keyboard made by Havoc. It has brighter LEDs, it has a USB port which is useful to me. The VM90 is a lot more compact and sleeker than my previous keyboard. The VM90 adds a lot more comfort to my typing compared to my previous Havoc keyboard. This is because I really do like the palm pad that is magnetic, which you can always take off and put back on whenever you feel like it. The keyboard itself is quiet to type on and only requires a little bit of actuation force to type with. So you have no hassle typing with this keyboard, and it's definitely suited towards everyone. Gamers, enthusiasts, office workers will all love this keyboard purely because of the comfort it provides and the functionality it provides as well. I would definitely recommend this keyboard, not because it's just something I want to recommend, but because it's actually given me a step up from my Havoc keyboard. Out of the box, I anticipated it to give the same functions as my Havoc keyboard, but it actually gave more, and I was very impressed with that.